In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a seating chart in your gradebook through GradeQuick. So from my gradebook, I'm going to go up to the seating chart option, and I'm going to say OK. And then I'm going to choose how I want GradeQuick to arrange the seats for me. So depending on how you want to structure your room, you can make your selections from those several options. And then you also have the ability to select where the teacher's desk is. Once it creates your seating chart, you do have the ability to manipulate the seating chart. So if you choose something and you don't like it, don't worry about that it's set in stone. You do have the ability to move things around. So I'm just going to choose the number of rows that I would like, and I have a pretty small class, so I'm just going to say I want 4 rows and I want my teacher desk at the front of the class, and I'm going to say OK, and then it sorts my desks out for me. When I was in the classroom, I typically liked to, once my seating chart was set up, I would go to options and I would set my seat size. So if I had a class of 25 or 30, I typically chose the seat size to be about 115. Depending on how many students you have in your class, would then determine how large or small you need your blocks to be in order to arrange your seating chart. So I'm going to shrink them down just a little bit, and then maybe I know that student 8 shouldn't be sitting next to student 6, or maybe student 8 has some type of visual impairment, and so I want them closer to the front of the room, and then I can start to drag my seats to be in an order that I would like them to be. Now, I might have more desks in my room than I have students, so if I want to add more desks to my seating chart, all I'll do is right click, and then I have an empty desk that appears. So I'm going to arrange my students here. And I'm just going to bring these over. Maybe I have a group over here. And actually, let me bring this one over here so that I don't have one student sitting by themselves. And that's how I would set my seating chart. Now, what I would want to do is I would want to save my chart, and I'm going to give it a name. So maybe this is my Math A2 class, and then I'm going to, and this is their Q1 seats. So maybe depending on an activity, you have a specific seating chart, or maybe it's for a quarter, or maybe it's for a month. You can give the chart a name, and then you can save it, and notice that it did change my my title up here. I also have several options as far as my labels for my seat. So I can just put their full name. So as it is right now, I can choose just their first or their last name. If I've entered in nicknames, I can put those in. If my images have been loaded, yeah, so when your students actually have been scheduled into your classes, you do have the ability to set the seat labels and add in their school picture. So it's their school picture from the year previous, had they had their school picture taken. So it's whatever was in the yearbook or taken through the yearbook photographer, and that would then be loaded, which is a great thing to leave if you had a substitute or something that you needed to make sure that there was a face with a name on your seating chart. So you can choose those options and then say OK. So I'm just going to leave it at full name and the data. Oops. Say OK. So now if I need to delete a student from my seating chart, maybe you know, a student just needs to be moved, or they've switched classes, or I just need to get rid of a seat, all I need to do is select my seat. So I'm going to select the seat, and then I can say edit, delete selected seat, and then their it is removed. Now let's just say I need to remove this student from the group. So now what I want to do is select that seat, edit, remove student from selected seat. And do I want to? Yes. Now maybe I wanted to move that student back here to now work with this group. So I'm going to select the seat and I'm going to say edit, assign student to a selected seat. There's that student that I removed, or a student that is currently in my gradebook that I don't have placed somewhere. I'm going to select that student and say okay. That's particularly helpful. Let's just say I had a student that transferred into my class from another class. They weren't originally part of my my gradebook, so when I made the original seating chart, they weren't there. So now I've made some updates to my Q1 seating chart. What I want to do is I want to go in and I want to save my chart, and then it's all taken care of. Now if I wanted to print the seating chart out, what I'm going to do is just go up to File, and first I want to make sure that my printer setup is done in landscape. So I'm going to select my landscape, and then I would want to select the appropriate printer, and then I would say okay. And that was just the setup. So then I would still need to go back here and select the print option. So all of those things take care of the structuring and the editing and the manipulation of our seating charts.